everybody. I'm Leslie Gail, and I'm here with Trista Sutter, mommy extraordinaire and everything else. We are here at an event, but no, you and I have crossed paths in the past. I'm finally excited to meet you. But you do juggle a lot as a mom. Just as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, as a business owner. You travel a lot. There's a lot going on your plate. And I mean, as a life coach, I work with people on trying to maintain that and balance everything and still feel the joy. So how do you manage all of that?
Oh gosh.
With still a smile on your face.
Well, I think number one is just trying to focus on the positive. I am on Twitter pretty regularly, and I originally started it because I wanted to connect with my family and friends from out of town, and kind of let them in on what our day entailed, and so I would tweet my favorite part of the day, and so I try to focus on that. I have bad days, a lot, but at least at the end of the day I like to focus on that. So I think staying happy and positive is mostly because of that. And then I think my biggest thing is asking for help when I need it. As women, I think we're stubborn. We don't want help. We can do it all by ourselves.
You took out that was my next question. We're no, but really the whole thing is asking for help. Women
it really
do
is.
have a hard time to stay still.
I do, and I've learned as a mom, for the benefit of my children, that I need to ask for help. And my friends are awesome in Vail. They're always willing to help me out if I need to, because they do know how crazy my schedule is. But we're lucky enough to have Ryan's parents in Denver nearby. My mom used to live here, so we ask a lot of that kind of help as well. And also, the kid's godmother lives right next door to us in Vail, although she normally lives in Denver. But we see her in Denver too, and she helps a ton with the kids. We also have 2 dogs, so I always kind of say I have 4 children, I feel like, because, it's taking care of them too, and making sure they're okay. So, yeah, my life is crazy, but I try to take advantage of nap times, when they go to bed. When Ryan's at work, I try to get as much done as I can so that I can actually focus on our relationship and quality time. I think being present is really important too. So,
well, and segueing into the next question, which you did beautifully once again, was the marriage. So my husband and I are just about to celebrate our 15-year anniversary, which it goes by like that, for sure. But it takes a lot of work, of course, and you guys are super busy too with the schedule. So what are your keys to happiness in terms of nurturing your marriage and keeping that alive when you're both, so scattered and doing so much? And it's really hard. I mean, I find myself constantly having to remind myself that, because he always sometimes comes at the bottom of the list, kids first, everybody else, to kind of boost that up a little bit.
Well, I think number one is taking advantage of the times that you are alone together, nap time, bedtime, getting babysitters, taking advantage of family who's in town, that sort of thing. We just went away. Ryan did the Chicago Triathlon this past weekend, and we were there alone for the weekend, and it was awesome. It just kind of reconnected us, and I think that sort of thing does reconnect us, where we can actually get away and be together just alone. If it's about the kid, if the kids are there, it's about the kids. It has to be. They're dependent on us. But I think taking advantage also of just family time, and we really enjoy that. Obviously, it's not nurturing our intimate relationship, but that can come when the kids are sick. So I think just remembering that your family is about your core relationship with your husband, and without that core relationship, it may all crumble. So I think just reminding each other that you are each other's priority is important.
Well, and you're really good at this, and I've seen you do this a couple times too, but setting boundaries and saying no. I think as women too, we want to say yes to everybody.
Leslie's like, you've told me no so many times.
But I so love that. I really do, because I think that's like the top of importance in terms of taking care of yourself. Absolutely. That as women, we want to say yes, and it's like that knee-jerk reaction. You say yes before you really think about how is this going to affect my family, my kids, whatever. So being able to really think about it first, is this a priority I really want to embark on? Or it's okay to say no. People respect that.
I I would hope that they would respect that.
Well, the people that you care about will
True.
respect that.
Yeah. I think that you have to say no.
Yeah.
You can't fit everything in it. I have to say no.
Yeah.
Or else I would really, truly need to be hospitalized.
Right.
Because I just wouldn't have the time for anything. Not get sleep, not, have a family. And that's what this is all about to me. It's all about family. So if there's times when, like these past few weeks have been insanity for us, and if anyone's coming to me, like, I get a lot of requests for someone, can I read a book? Can I give a testimonial about, and I would love to be able to say, I have the time to read 100 books this year. I have not read one. So if you know by that statement how little time I have in my life for me, and people ask me constantly, what do you do for yourself? I watch Big Brother, I watch Bachelor and Bachelorette when the kids are sleeping. Like, that's my me time. That I just sit in front of the TV, I tweet, and that's it. And I'm sorry, but I've got to take it. You know, and it's sad because I'll get people who I think will write and say, oh, you haven't, written me back about this. I'll write back and say, I'm really sorry, we've been really busy. And then I know they're following me on Twitter, and they're going to be like, well, she's been on Twitter a lot. But that's my me time, and I'm not going to apologize for it, because that's my only time in the day when I actually sit still. And I'm not rushing to change a diaper, I'm not rushing to make a lunch, I'm not rushing to get the kids to school, whatever. So
I commend that. You said no to me in that. I'm totally out for that.
we made it work.
We made it work. But again, I think that's so important as women to feel okay, just feel confident that, the people you care about, they don't care. The ones that you don't know or don't care about, not a big deal. Let it go. We have kids, this is live, this is okay. Okay, one last question. What is the best advice you got from maybe another mom, or your mom, or Ryan's mom, about just things that we tend to stress about when we have young kids, about just being present and being mindful and being happy and joyful as a mom?
I think it was actually from another mom, but not my family or friends, who said I was having a really difficult time with behaviors, and the kids acting up, and getting angry about it. And once a person said, it's not going to change things. If you're angry about it, it's not going to change things in a better way. So I was like, you're right. I need to just, okay, well, this is how you guys are going to be. This is your decision, and I'm gonna let you sit with your decision and cry. If you need to cry, then you cry. But I can't let myself get stressed out about it, because it's not going to change what's happening. And it helped me a lot in that situation. I constantly need to remind myself that's a big thing for me, is patience, and the biggest thing is trying to be on time and sticking to our kids' schedule, because they are really scheduled kids, and when they're on their schedule, they're happy. When they're getting their naps, when they're getting their food on time, they are happier. So I stress about about taking them off of that schedule and any kind of interruption. And then I also stress about being on time, because I feel like it's completely disrespectful if I'm not. So I put that stress on me, and of course they don't get it. They're like, I don't care if it's going to take me 5 minutes to sit in my car seat, then it's going to take me 5 minutes. But that whole time I'm like, I'm going to be late. So it's just, for me, trying to just be calm in the situation. But that was a really good piece of advice. It's just, go with it, because your anger is not going to help.
Well, and no, that works in relationships, in all relationships. It's so true, trying to control somebody else. First thing letting it go, that you have no control over how they respond, just your response to it. But I think you were doing an extraordinary job. I really do. I mean, with everything you have on your plate, that you've really stuck to your core values, that says a lot about you, your integrity, who you are, what kind of world and environment you want to create for your kids. So kudos to you, really. I'm so glad that I finally got to meet you. First of May. It's been a while, but we won't say that.
That's okay.
That's all right. So thank you, Trista. Everybody go get out your goodness nose bars. They are actually really good. Very delicious. Remember to keep it simple, and I will see you guys soon.